Hi, my name is Olivia and I am the manager at Art du Vin.
Hi, my name is Jacob and I'm the assistant manager here at Art du Vin.
And we are a natural wine bar that is women-owned and woman and queer operated.
And we're located here on 4th Street in the heart of Retro Row in Long Beach, California.
What natural wine is taking wine back to like its purest form. So it's just a super hands-on process from like the growth of the vineyards and the grapes to like the hand picking to the fermentation it undergoes. Winemakers in the natural wine world try to do as little additives to no additives as possible. It's just kind of like the farmer's market of wine.
And less preservatives, less alcohol equals less hangovers, and we're here for that.
When we took over about a year and a half ago, it kind of became our mission to make it a spot where wine wasn't just like a super stuffy, high-class drink that like your grandmother consumed, but something that was like approachable to everyone, whether you know all the things about wine or whether you are drinking 2-buck chuck.
The wine business and people in wine, we love them all, but it can come across as like stuffy and like you feel like you don't know enough constantly. And I think that the fun part about like having a natural wine bar and like being open about like wanting to learn is that we're all learning together. We want it to be comforting and we want to be hospitable.
Wine is meant to be fun, in my opinion. Especially with natural wine, like you get all these like super fun labels like this one, like Party Monster. It's like, it's not like a stuffy, just like plain white cursive. It's fun and it's meant to just be like enjoyed. It doesn't matter how much you know or how little you know. We try to just keep this space open for like big groups to come in, and we do like tastings. It's cool because I feel like neither of us ever get tired of talking about wine. I truly love when someone comes in and is like, hi, I don't know anything. And I'm like, great, let's go. Like I will find you a glass and you will be buying a bottle to take home because you love it so much.
We really tried to focus on, again, like making all of our wines really approachable, making them fun and exciting, maybe throwing some cute events here and there just to kind of bring in more of a crowd. One thing that we're really proud of is that back in August, we started just a simple little wine club. You could either get 2 reds or 2 whites or a combination. And it started out with just 5 members, which were like our most loyal customers, and proudly we can say we have about, I think, like 50 now. A lot of times natural wine is kind of a palate shock to the average drinker. So I think one thing that we really focus on is to have a really like good diverse menu where some of the natural wines taste what we like to call more approachable. For someone just kind of starting out in wine, I think everyone has their own ways to approach it. For me, trial and error, taste a lot, don't be afraid to try new things, and you'll just learn what you like.
Ask questions, talk about it. I think like truly the fact that there's no wrong answers is like the biggest one to just like make it not as intimidating. I definitely came into this job not having a super extensive wine background, kind of growing that from absolute like ground zero to like running a business that is wine all the time. It's been a challenge just because the wine world is so complex. There's so much to it and so many layers, and no one will ever know everything. People will ask you like those harder questions and just kind of having to admit like, you know what, like I don't know. It's cool. Like I love being in a space where there's always room to learn and like room to grow, especially with an industry like this where it is like ever changing. Winemakers who are pushing the envelope and like the boundaries on like what is like the standard way of making wine or like what is like the traditional methods, and like being like, you know what, like what if we did it like this? I think something we're excited about for the future is kind of just getting to teach more people about wine, getting, more people through the door to like experience it for their first time, get people like out of their comfort zone.
I think I'm just excited to continue to see the growth in Art du Vin. We're in such a cute location, again, in the heart of Retro Row and here in Long Beach, and I also love Long Beach so much. I love the people here. It's just, we're bringing in such a cool crowd, so I'm just excited to see where it goes.
I know there's like a proper way to, I've been taught by like my parents or like my older relatives that like the proper way to taste wine is like you hold it like this and then you let it aerate in the cup and then you smell it first.
Do sniff, swirl, sniff. So before you like aerate it, sniff it, because you're gonna get like certain notes from that, and then you're gonna give it a little twirl, and then that kind of like lets the wine breathe, and then that kind of like opens the wine up. So then you give it a second smell to just kind of like smell it after it's been aerated, and then you try it.
Okay. That's actually really good.
Yeah.
It's really yummy.
Just like a good, like easy, like light sparkling, but it has like those grapefruit notes. I feel like this would be so good to like take to the beach.
And a lot of times, like classic wines are always like so filtered and so like messed with, so that's why they're like clearer. So like this natural, that's why it's so like cool
So
and
like
cloudy.
easy looking.
I like this frosty look actually.
It's so pretty.
This is like my first wine tasting experience ever.
We got fun.
Yeah.
This guy, one
for
Mexican
it.
night, I get like a lot of lemon, a lot of salinity. So this one's like super salty.
This one's so smooth. What the heck?
Do you get like the saltiness a little, like minerals kind of? And if not, obviously, like we said, that's totally fine.
If not, you're wrong.
I taste seawater.
Yeah,
Salty.
That's interesting.
This is called jumping juice. This was actually super cool because it is orange wine, which most people probably have no idea what that is. It's also called a skin contact wine. Basically what it is, it's going to be white wine varietals, and then they keep the skin on the grape during the fermentation process. And orange is in reference to the color, not in reference to fruit.
Do you guys like get drunk after each shift with all the tasting that you guys do?
I feel like we're both
So-
composed of like 80% wine at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we do like tasters like this, but like we're not just like drinking the whole time. What do you think of this one?
It's this one tastes closest to like wine that I'm used to, like the wine as I know it.
Yeah.
For sure.
This is Cinsault. This one's super good. It's carbonic, which is basically just like a style of like crushing the grapes. Our friends made this wine, so even more fun.
It is nice. I think it's like super easy drinking. I always get like a taste that I get in this one is like bubblegummy.
There is like a little bit of bubblegum in it. I'm just trying to like find the right words.
Words that we use to describe wine sometimes are so like not traditional sometimes. I mean, we use like barnyard a lot, or we use like foxy, maybe like a pool toy, or like bubblegum, or like...
That's something really fun too to me with wine. I'm so like naturally like sentimental to everything. And I think, kid you not, like I'll open a bottle and pour something and I like smell it and taste it and I'm like, this reminds me of like this moment in my childhood. You like smell something and you like try to like grasp what it is. But I think just again with like trial and error, you're able to like kind of articulate it better.
I keep thinking pomegranate, even though I don't really taste pomegranate.
All right.
Why not? I mean, the color is very pomegranate.
Yeah. You can say I'm wrong. Like, you can say I'm wrong. Like,
That's what our entire interview about. There is no wrong.
There's no wrong unless you were like, this tastes like lemon.
Yeah, then I would be like, a little off.
No, it doesn't.